Welcome in, everybody, man. This is an exciting time right now. This is the Operation 53 Media Day. And if people don't know what that is, you're probably sleeping on it. This is the greatest time for a football fan right now because this is NFL draft season, right? That this season is over, Super Bowl is over, but now we get ready for that off season. And we have some very, very special guests. First of all, we have Cliff Shaud Brown, former strength and conditioning coach from the Cincinnati Bengals, who started this mission, this athletes innovation, to work with these athletes and show them what it takes, help them either, continue their grind or get to that next level. And Cliff, I just want to say thank you for taking the time, and thank you. I'm a coach myself. I coach soccer, I've coached softball, I've coached basketball. So I know what this is like, and you really have to love this in order to continue to keep going. So talk about what kind of inspired you, maybe what moment in your life when you say, you know what, I need to start something on my own to give back and keep these guys going?
Well, it started from just previous experiences that I had coming out of college. I had a not so smooth journey coming out of college, coming from a small town out of Mississippi. Just wanted to take a chance into the pro ranks. Things didn't manifest for me, but God shifted me into a transitional role on the coaching realm. So I got to see, pretty much what it's like ahead of them. And so the same questions that a lot of guys have, I've somewhat through my life journey been able to find the answers to. So I created this program and this mission to pretty much help athletes. So even if you tie it into the name of athlete innovation, so if you look at the word innovations, the play on the word innovations, it means new product, method, idea, change, pretty much. Athletes change, helping athlete change his life and change their lives. So that's been my mission. So whenever I came to Florida, I just had ambitions of wanting to open a gym. Combine was something that was very dear to me. If you date back to 2015, I was the guy standing outside the combine handing out the DVDs. Didn't work out for me, so I got these guys behind me as a testament of what it can be like for them to give them an opportunity to change their life.
Yeah, I'm glad you touched on that because that's what a lot of people don't understand. You're standing outside, you're handing out. It's kind of like when, a new guy coming up wants to get his CD heard, right? You're standing out there, you got in the trunk of your car, you're trying to get seen. And I think I would say, you tell me if I'm wrong, but I watched a lot of interviews from former players that you work with. We're going to get to some of them right in a minute, and they talked about how you're just one of them. You keep it loose. You're very inspiring. And I feel like that story alone shows them like you're not this guy just came out of an analytic department, right? You've actually been there. You've done the work. You've come up and you know how hard it is, right? So do you think that what makes you connect even more with these athletes?
Oh, certainly so. I think that's a big piece. If it's not a personal experience that I went through, I pretty much have seen it. A lot of the things that go on during this process, I've seen, I've succeeded at some and I failed at some. I play more so off the failure route, because these guys will be the first one to tell you. I go, hey, look, I don't know what it's gonna end like, but you don't want to go down that road. It's the main thing is just to give them the information and apply the information.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's huge, and that's it's funny. One of the guys I have a personal experience with because you work with DRC, who, if you don't see my background, I'm a Philly guy, so so I remember him from the Philly days, and he was great to deal with, and it speaks volumes because there's not enough of this, in my opinion, because a lot of these guys, and that's what we're gonna get to now. I mean, they come up and they don't know what to expect, and they don't know. There's so many fraudulent people out there, and not saying that in a mean way, but you don't really know who to trust. You don't know who's going to guide you, and when you
Right.
see something like this, right? I mean, it speaks to them, right?
Right. I mean, I would say they can answer that question better than I can. Like I said, I just put the information out, and man, I'm always grateful for people to give me an opportunity because just as a player, I was trying to get on even in my business. You do the same thing. I mean, there's other great facilities everywhere. I got them locally in Tampa. They're all across the universe. So whenever I get the opportunity to coach with a guy, you give them your best effort because anybody can choose to do anything. No one owes you anything in this world. So the main thing is, just try to put guys in the best position possible. And then the end of it, only thing you can have is gratitude.
Yeah, it's a great word of gratitude. And I'm sure these guys are going to speak to have a lot of gratitude when it comes to that. Again, we're speaking to Cliff Shaud Brown right here for Athlete Innovations, the operator, Operation 53 Media Day. And we're gonna get to the players right now. We have to speak, and we'll go from my right to left. And what we'll do is, we have three wonderful guy combine invites, people who are playing now, people who have played, and just trying to strengthen their awareness and their physicality. So let's go from the right. We'll say, introduce yourself, let the audience know, man, where you're from, what your visions are, and why you decided to follow Mr. Brown.
My name is Jibunor, and I play at Troy University. Hearing about Coach Clifton, man, it was all about getting better. I had a wonderful college career, one of the top guys in my conference, and had opportunities to play in a lot of big All-Star games. And I've been, looking for someone. It's all about someone who teach me what I don't know. I'm always open to learning and getting better, and someone making me better in my speed, my strength, and everything about the game and just life in general. So when I was looking at my, going into the agent, going through the period of picking an agent, and after that going through the period of where can I train, where can I get better, I think I had a lot of opportunities came by. But when I heard about Coach Clifton, man, it was different. I had a friend too, Shaud Jackson. He plays for the Bengals now. He trained here last year, and he told me firsthand about Coach Clifton and everything he stood for. I love men with integrity, men who are hungry, just like what he said. His main goal about the thing that inspired him to, point the younger guys coming up is the route he went through. It's different from learning from someone who just have an idea or just read it in a book, than someone who really went through it and really pointing their best and, trying to make the next generation not make, the mistakes they made, or, trying to give their less effort in whatever they can do. And he's all about that. When you talk about mentorship, man, that's very important. We go through this process. It's a very big process, not just about what you can do physically, but the mental aspect about it. And that's what he brings to the table. He's a straight guy, so as long as he's ready to work, he's always ready to work. His energy is always on 100, so whatever you want, he's got it all. And that's the biggest thing about it. Like he said, gratitude, that was very important. He knows when to be the boss, and he knows when to be a brother, and he knows when to be a coach and a mentor. So that's very important as for young athletes like us aspiring to be on the next level. And he's got all that, man. When it comes time to train, he train us right. When it comes time to give us advice in life in general, he just got all this package in him, and that's what we all need. Because we all and it's wonderful that we all have these people who I've never met before, came from just different background. For him to have that ability, so it takes grace and a lot of experience to bring people together like that. And the way you train in this facility, you feel like you think that we've known each other forever, but I've never seen any of these dudes like I am. I mean, I know about them because they're good players, just like my fellow players, but I've never known them personally. And right here is like a family atmosphere, and that's what he brings to the table too. So it's a wonderful thing. And when I heard about that, dude, I had a lot of opportunities to train different places, but hey, I just canceled everything because apart from football, it's all about growth and being a better man, being just a better person in general, and being great in being an athlete. And hey, that's what he brings to the table, and I don't regret it at all. And if I had a chance to choose it again, I'll come back here 1,000 times.
That I'll tell you what, man. You said so many great things right there. Like I take one word out of that, right? Is intangibles. Like we hear about players all the time. They'll say, well, he has these intangibles, whether it be leadership, whether it be, physical or mentally. You mentioned about the mentality part, but when you talked about the process, it's exactly what I was going to ask you, but you said it. He offers so much more, right? A guy who's been through the trenches before, that's something he just didn't write a book or come out with a one sheet or a promo and says, hey, I can get you to the next step. No, he's actually done it. And that's what makes this so important, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what's wonderful, man. That's what's wonderful. Now, when we get to the next guy, you mentioned about not even knowing the guys next to you. Obviously as good players, but not as the actual person, and it's great. Now, Richard, you talked about tough love. Now, I'm wondering if the rest of these guys feel that tough love as well. See, they're laughing, so
I'll
I'm
let it
guessing
rain
they
on
do, don't
everybody
they?
if I got to. But hey, look, it's only because I do love them, and whenever when you what comes from the heart reaches the heart. So I ain't barking at nobody. I can tell them, okay, I know what I'm doing next year, but I want you guys to make sure that you get your opportunity, man, change your life. So I'm pretty sure they've all got to see it.
I get it. Listen, I love it because it's one thing, man. Like I've had like real quick, like I've had the same kids from 8 years old, and now they're at this is going to be the last year on my one soccer team, and that's the first thing they say. Like, no, Coach Tony don't play. Like we love them, but man, don't make them mad because you have to, that. I mean, and the guys know that too. I mean, you need somebody to push you because if you're gullible and you don't really give them, what are they going to expect when they get to that next step, right? They're going to expect to be given everything given to them. So I think it's wonderful. Now, when we go around the room, let's go to the next. Now again, like just let us know what inspired you to find Coach Cliff.
My name is Fabian Lovett. I play football at Florida State, D tackle. I'm originally from Mississippi, but just in the process of finding Cliff, I was looking for trainers. I had a lot of opportunities to train at a lot of places because I had a combine invite, so a lot of guys were hitting me up and stuff like that. But my agents found Cliff, and so I finally got on the phone with Cliff, and I heard where he was from and how he talked, and I knew it was somewhere special that would be a good fit for me because we come from the same state, and he knows how hard it is to be able to get out of Mississippi and even be in a position like this. So when I heard he was from Holly Springs, I was like, okay, yeah, there's somebody I can get in contact with, somebody that's going to give me their all and they understand what I've been through and where I come from in the process to even be able to get this far. So when I finally got here, I didn't really talk to nobody for real, but like after like the first 2 days, I was talking to everybody. I got acclimated. It was like Richard said, it was like we knew each other for a long time, but we never actually met until like we got here. But it felt like brothers day one. It was a great opportunity. And Cliff is a great coach, man. He's a person that's gonna help you on and off the field, on in and outside of the weight room. That's somebody you need in your life. And the tough love aspect, man. If I was to go somewhere else, I don't think I'd probably get that same feeling or that same on you all the time aspect because he really wants to see you succeed. He don't care. Like he said, he got his job for next year. He know what he's gonna do next year. He wants to see us be our best and get our opportunities and be able to take our step to the next level and also being able to improve in life. It's a great feeling because not many coaches actually do that. Not many coaches actually care enough. Sometimes they just get you in because of the name you got or where you come from, or the opportunities that you have in front of you, just so they can piggyback and make their name bigger. But Cliff not looking for that. He's here to make our names bigger. Here to help us blow up. Like this interview, prime example, or like just the stuff we've been through today with the media and the new people coming in and being on the camera and with the show itself. Like it's helped building our brand even outside of football, and that's like a big thing for me because football is not forever. I want to build my brand outside the ball, so once I'm done with football, I still have things I can invest in and be able to have those connections and meet the right people. And Cliff's building us and showing us the right way already. And most guys are going to show you that this fast and this early.
I'll tell you, listen, I'm going to be 100% transparent, baby. I mean, this is not cookie cutter, man, but it is different. Like I do a lot of these, I'll be honest with you. And for all you guys to be in the same room with Cliff, not saying one guy's got to stick out more than the other, or Cliff's got to talk and introduce, like this is just a conversation. And that's where you could tell fully transparent that he is about building you guys up and not himself, because I've been around those people. Listen, the radio industry is crazy. Everybody's out for themselves, right? I've seen it. And when you find that person that continues to create it as a community, it's something to leech on to. Now, you mentioned process. I know Richard mentioned process. Now, Fabian, you mentioned process. Can you just, quickly, before we get to the next point, like what is that when you get done and you talked about agent and you talking about where do you want to go? Can you just quickly talk about the process that you have to deal with?
As far as like training and stuff like that?
Like once you're training, but when you want to pick who you want to train with, are you jumping on a phone? Are you kind of going through like emails or looking at YouTube or asking around? Like, how does that process work?
It's probably a piece of both, honestly. But I felt like I talked to a lot of guys. I've been in a lot of meetings. I've met with a lot of people. I've asked a lot of my former teammates like Jermaine Johnson and stuff like that. So guys that have trained at those bigger places like Exos and stuff like that. Nothing against those guys, but at the end of the day, once I got on the phone with Cliff, that's all it took for me. You can hear it in sometimes I'm big on energy, so you can hear it in somebody's voice. You can hear it in somebody and how they talk, or how they get on the phone with you and how much they're gonna give you. You can hear it. Like sometimes you can't hear. You can hear the BS sometimes. Just like you hear the BS, you can hear the good stuff also. And when you can get that good vibe from somebody over the phone, it's like, okay, yeah, I feel like he's gonna give me his best. He's gonna put his all in me. He's gonna put his all in all of us so we can be the best we can be on and off the field and just building our brand.
especially when you have a good resume to back it up,
Yeah,
which he definitely does have.
That helps.
Yeah.
All right. That definitely helps. I said it all the time. I mean, you can't fake energy. You can't fake passion. I say that all the time, right? Where you have energy, you have passion. That's just unique, man. You can't fake that. You can fake statistics, you can fake information, but you can't fake that. So I know exactly what you guys are talking about. I've been in that same situation now. You know, as we move on, man, you're going to be the ace in the hole, man, the third guy up here, and talk about your kind of journey and what gravitated you towards Cliff.
I'm Jordan Miller, originally from Palaca, Florida. A lot of people don't know about that, but I'm originally from Palaca, Florida. Went to Jacksonville my last year of high school for exposure, and I ended up at Miami. Then, like my last year, I transferred to SMU out of Dallas, and that's when I got really all my exposure. Kind of like in high school, I didn't really get my exposure until my last year of high school. So, what really brought me here to Cliff is just like I went through the process with my agent in the last 2 months of my career at SMU. So everything was kind of happening fast, like snapping fast. I really had all of us was like a trust factor between me and my agent and my family as well. So like we all got on the phone. I got on the phone with Adi, my mom, my dad. We all got on the phone. And it's just like my mom at the end of the day, my dad at the end of the day said, whenever we want to like put my son in the best position, that's where we want him to go. And then they called me after. It's just like it's all up to you. Like this your life, this your career. And Adi pointed me in the direction of Cliff. And once I got on the phone with Cliff, once Adi told me to like go to the website and stuff like that, look at Cliff with the background and stuff like that, it was just like I meshed with Cliff and meshed with the program and what he do. Like he's a hard worker. Like he went to the draft, whatever happened there, he didn't stop. Like it was a constant grind. Like he's outside giving DVDs. Like he's not stopping. Like that grind right there. That's how my family's built. Like we're built like grind. Like anything. I was a Palaca grind and always told okay, man, we're gonna move location. You're still gonna grind. And Cliff is a grinder. That's what really gravitated me here. And then like once I got here, like they said before, we didn't know any of each other. Like Fable was at FSU, didn't know he was at FSU. He was probably there when I played or when I didn't. I didn't know. But when we got here, it was just like quiet. Like I'm a quiet person until you get to know me, which is like a lot of us. Like we're like until like I'm a quiet person until you get to know me. And then like that's kind of how all of us were. And so once that third day came around, or like you really mesh when it's like a hard workout. So once a finisher or something came,
They all hate me.
yeah, once a finisher or something came, that's when we all came together and like, all right, like we in this together. Like Richard got to talking, like Richard was probably the first one that really got a conversation and brought us out. Like we were laughing, talking about him. And then like and then Fable, he's funny. Like people, it's like a hard thing between me and him. Who's the funniest? Like,
You gotta figure out who's
you
the
know what I'm
best.
saying?
You gotta watch the
You know what I'm
documentary.
saying?
You gotta tell me out of these three, who is the top comedian?
Watch it. Funny, you know what I'm saying? But it's
I can tell, man. They enjoy each other's company. You can see it, man.
the environment, like head to toe, like from the coach, from the multiple coaches, from like the camera crew that we have in Nodge, it's like with us right now. It's like it don't feel so much as like you're in a facility. Like I feel like you at home, like, all right, we're gonna go outside, do this, do some drills, blah, 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 blah. Like it's like a home environment. You're gonna work, like, but you're not gonna be mad at the work because you're meshing with everybody. You know it's not out of spite, it's not out of hate. Like everybody wants to see you be great. It's no emotions when it comes to this. Like it's either you grind or you out. So that's the mindset of all of us here. And I just mesh with it well, so I landed here.
No, listen, I love it, and I think that Cliff, I think you may agree here. I mean, showing the people just how the camaraderie that's created from people who listen. These guys has admitted like they may not have known each other until this point. Now all of a sudden you're creating. We hear about the NFL being a brotherhood. You're creating the brotherhood earlier, right? We're creating that brotherhood, and if you had to say, we heard grind. We heard resiliency, a lot of things. So if there was any message, and any of you guys can answer to, I teach a lot of high school kids, and they get frustrated, whether it be, they're not happy with the coach, or they're not happy with playing time, or maybe this kid made the team instead of me because he knows the coach, and even though I'm a better player, and they want to quit. Like, what kind of message can you send to these kids about getting to where you guys are now?
I could possibly say just take it day by day, man. At the end of the day, like it's this video that I seen by Inky Johnson some years ago, and I always live by it. Like no matter if the coach like you or not, you gotta you need to put yourself in a position to force the coach to play you. You have to be the best at everything you do. You have to force the coach to play you, no matter what happens, no matter if he likes you or not. At the end of the day, if he knows he can get some use out of you on the field, he's gonna play you. At every opportunity. That's why, like, even in Florida State, I made sure, like, no matter what happened, the coach had to play me because I played my part. I did my job. I made myself irreplaceable in certain spots. So at the end of the day, just make the coach play you. You don't have to complain about it, and always just focus on yourself. Focusing on somebody else is gonna make your life and yourself more miserable at the end of the day.
And to piggyback off of that, like when you talk about like stay focused no matter what your situation is, like my situation at Miami wasn't great. Like I came in overweight, I kept my head down. And the word I got to describe my career right now and going on is perseverance. Like if you don't persevere through everything that you're doing, you're like, if you don't have your mind set on a goal that you want to complete yourself and not worry and don't worry about things around you, you're not gonna complete it. So being perseverance is just the word that I have to describe this whole career, what we're going through, our whole processes.
You know, and like
I love it.
basically they've said it all. But one thing I will add to everything is everybody coming to the college level should understand. Just like what Coach Cliff said earlier, it's like nobody owes you anything. So don't feel like you're obligated to rent. All you got to understand is normally when you get to this level, hard work. You have to put in the work. Nothing is given to you. So you have to have that at the back of your mind that you have to be hardworking on this level because everybody's good. And just know that you're gonna get it, you're gonna get out what you put in. You know, and the important thing I want these young guys to know is that in this kind of relationship, when you get to college, the relationship between the player and the coach is a mutual relationship. It's not a parasitic relationship. You're not going in like, oh, the coach owe me this, because the coach doesn't owe you nothing. You're not the only one playing your position. They got people that are recruiting. They got people in the transfer part. They got a lot of things. So you got to know that it's a job, and you paying the coach, and you have to understand that the coach got a family to feed. So the coach is trying to help you feed your own family, and you trying to help the coach feed his own family. So it's a mutual relationship. You know, you playing good on the field helps the coach get paid and helps him take care of his family. And the coach playing you helps you get chance to get a better life and take care of your own family. So it's mutual. So regardless of how you try to get disrespectful to a coach and ask some kind of way, it's not gonna change. It is what it is. You can't be like, oh, the coach owe me everything. No, you owe the coach 50 and he owes you 50. It's a mutual relationship. You are fit from each other. So you have to play good to keep his job for him, and he has to give you the best he can for you to play better and put yourself in a better position in life. So nothing like having a big head and just be humble, put in the work, and just stay hungry. No matter how the success comes, always stay hungry. That's all, and always pray too for good health. That's all.
And
That's key.
Keep good grades.
Keep good grades.
Keep good grades.
I like how you added that in at the end, man. I love it. But no, you're right. Listen, I say the same thing all the time, and I do. Guys, I really appreciate this. Cliff, you know, before we get out of here, man, and again, we're speaking to Cliff Shaud Brown, again, Athlete Innovations, Operation 53 Media Day, man. You're hearing straight stories from these guys that are going to that next level. And Cliff, your final thoughts as we get out of here, just speaking to the audience about your, obviously, your organization.
Continue to love people, do right by people. That's what this is about. They do right by each other. They do right for each other. You know, these guys, they all push each other. Like, you know what I mean? So I do it all the time to the guys. Find a partner. Find a partner. They know. It doesn't matter size or anything. Everybody's going out the same way. So make sure that you love people. Continue to love people. Do right by people. That's first things first. And, you know, so all credit to these guys and everything that they've done and given me an opportunity to just be myself and display what I do. Even if you look all the way back to what I said in 2015, that was the only thing that I've ever been looking for, and that's called purpose. So continue to make sure that you do that. The kids, make sure that no matter what happens, you continue to love it. So no matter what happened to me as my playing career, I still love football. No matter what happens with this training business, I'm still gonna love people. And the biggest thing behind all of this, there is no Operation 53 without Najee Price is right here, recording me. Because I came to him with this vision and this plan of coming up with it. He was crazy enough to do it with me. So in a day-to-day grind, he sleeps probably less than me. Whenever it comes to that, but just having the right people around you at all time and just love them. Because if you love it, you'll do it.
Listen, love people is the message right here. Love people and just keep grinding, man. Keep grinding. Cliff, I just want to thank you so much. And again, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Fabian. I want to thank Richard. I want to thank Jordan. You guys are amazing. The stories to give the audience, and I wish you guys nothing but luck. And I can't wait to continue to watch you guys on your journey. And hopefully you remember the little guy like me. So when you do make it big, I can get you back on, and I can be like, yo, I remember, man, when they were training. Listen to what they said. So I wish you guys nothing but the best.
Hey, you got to watch all of them, and then what we're gonna check in with you after episode 10. You tell me who's the funniest. It's
Yo, I will
it's
100%.
three.
You have my word. I will definitely do that, man. 100%.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day, man. I appreciate it.